Now there's another thing I would like to introduce, and this is to work around this problem here. So, thing is that I delimited my universe to a couple of rows and a couple of columns. But actually, the idea is that the universe is infinite. So I could, instead of checking that I don't cross the borders here, just use like an always dead cell for the borders, so that this thing here will never be true, and I will always return null in that case. So I can get rid of these conditions here. So what I can do is introduce a getter, private cell get cell, with int row and int column as a parameter, and then see, okay, admittedly I cannot get rid of it entirely, but I can at least move it to a better position that makes it more understandable. I'd say return state row call, else return new cell cell state dead, right? Get cell, and then I can do at this point return get cell row call get state equals cell state alive. Get rid of, no, of course I have to. If it's alive, I return 1, else I return 0. That's it, and that should be working, right? Yes, it is working. So, next thing I would like to do is put this logic actually on the cell, because I would like to ask the cell, are you alive? So either there is something like that already, no, apparently there's not, or I'm going to introduce it real quick. Extract the cell here, extract the method for this one, is alive for the cell, and now I actually want to move this method to the cell is alive. Changes the visibility, that's okay with me. Now I can inline that one again here. Get cell is alive, then 1, if not false, is alive, looks good. Introduce, run the tests here, still everything working. Make some cleanup here, like deleting the unnecessary import to get rid of the warning again. So now I think we eased up this method down here a lot. Next thing I would like to do is change the name of the thing. Get count if cell is alive is somehow strange. So I would prefer something like I would actually prefer to change the logic at that point. So what I would like to do is, instead of adding the return value, I would like to ask if get cell row call -1 is alive, the numbers is increased. And I want to do the same, so this was the first. I want to do the same for the other cases. If you get what I'm trying to say, now I messed it up. Copy and paste. Yeah, that's how this works. And of course, the same for this case. And of course, I also want to copy this part back here, right? This time I got it right. And I want to do the same thing at these two positions. I know I'm doing a lot without executing the test cases in between. But I promise you that as soon as I get rid of this compilation error, I'm going to execute them, and I promise you they're still working. Yes, they are. I really think this is a lot more readable because it says now, okay, if the cell is alive, then increase the number of neighbors. I can actually read that, as opposed to this get count if cell if alive, what count of what, whatever. This is in fact not used anymore. So I can remove this unnecessary method down here. That's nice. But we have still this method here. Can I do something similar here? I'm not sure if I can do something similar here. And in fact, I think the name is much more readable because it says get number of alive neighbors in row. Yeah. I mean, you have to think twice that there's the most 2 alive neighbors. No, actually, there can be 3 alive neighbors. So it's 0 to 3. Yes, somehow I can live with that, I guess. So, not sure it really got shorter in the end, but I think it is easier to understand now, and it will in fact split this thing here up into 2 methods, which means executing these 2 methods, say update state and this thingy here, which means get neighbor counts. Get neighbor counts, get update state, and then I can maybe even inline that. So update means to update the state with the neighbor counts. Neighbor counts means just counting the neighbor for every cell and remembering that number. And update state means running update on the cell with the respective number of neighbors. Okay, I can see that. I hope that when I look at that code again in another 6 months, it will be easier for me to understand what I'm doing. If you have other suggestions what you would do, please tell me, and I will see what I think of them, and maybe I will do an episode about one of your refactoring ideas. For now, thank you very much for watching. Hope you liked this little refactoring, and hope you could follow my thoughts. If you liked that episode, indeed, give me a thumbs up, please. If not, drop me a comment, send me a message, let me know what you think and how I could improve. And yeah, so long, and hope to see you next time.